everyone, so today I'll be presenting our presentation about bottom line theory, its sustainability management system, and the triple bottom line. So before that, let's just define what is the triple bottom line. Triple bottom line is a concept that encourages the assessment of overall business performance based on three important areas. So later on, I'll be showing the three important areas that needs in the business performance. So now, let's define why this is the triple bottom line according to Will Cantor. So TBL theory posits that instead of one bottom line, there should be three. So these are the profit, people, and the planet. So a TBL seeks to gauge a corporation level of commitments to corporate social responsibility or CSR and its impact on the environment over time. So as we all know that CSR or corporate social responsibility is a self-regulating business model that helps a company be socially accountable, meaning taking responsible action to itself, to its stakeholders, and the public. So, in 1994, there was a famed British management consultant and sustainability guru. He coined the phrase the triple bottom line as his way of measuring performance in corporate America. So, his name is John Elkington. So, the idea was that a company can be managed in a way that not only makes money, but which also improves people's lives and the planet. So, according to TBL theory, it aims to measure the financial, social, and environmental performance of a business. That companies should be working simultaneously on this triple bottom line. So now I'll be showing those three important areas that needs in the business. So this are the triple bottom line theory. So the first one is the profit. So profit, this is the traditional measure of corporate profit, the profit and loss. So these are the P&L account. So sa profit naman, mini-measure dito kung reliable figure ba yung P&L account sa mismong income statement ng isang business, and sa pamamagitan niya ng pag-audit. Nalalaman nyo sa pamamagitan ng pag-audit sa isang business. So, familiar to sa mga managers, like that. So, next one naman is yung planet. This measures how socially responsible an organization has been throughout its history. So, dito naman tinitignan or mini-measure yung impact ng business activity sa environment. So, dito kasi malalaman kung yung business mo ba is nakakasama ba or nakakaganda sa ating environment, kasi hindi lamang naman tayo magtatayo ng isang business na kita lang ang ating pinagtutuunan ng pansin. So, kailangan maging alaga din tayo sa ating environment at alamin natin yung mga makakabuti at mga kasama ng ating business sa ating planeta. So, katulad nga yun ng mga paggamit natin ng mga sustainable products na alam naman natin na it's good for our planet. So, sa pangatlo naman, so the third one is the people. So, this measure how environmentally responsible a firm has been. So, dito naman mini-measure yung extent which business how socially and environmentally responsible firm to its people. So, dito naman kailangan malaman mo na kung ang business mo ba ay magiging okay sa mga tao at kung anong action ba ang pwede mong gawin kapag ang tao ay nag-react na mismo sa iyong business. So, dapat doon tinitignan mo yung reaction mismo ng people. So, like that. So, ayun, sinasabi lamang ng triple bottom line theory na kung isang kumpanya ay tumitingin lamang sa kita at balewala ang pagpapahalaga sa tao at sa planeta, hindi nito matutumbasan ang buong gastos mo sa pagnenegosyo sa halaga ng tao at planeta. So, that's all. Thank you.
Challenges of applying the triple bottom line. Some companies might struggle to balance deploying money and other resources, such as human capital, to all three bottom lines without favoring one at the expenses of another. Repercussion of ignoring the TBL framework. There can be dire Repercussion of ignoring the TBL in the name of profits. Three well-known examples of these are: the first is destruction of the rainforest. Destruction of the rainforest refers to the loss of tropical and temperate rainforests due to logging and burning, and due to the toxic byproduct of activities. The second is exploitation of labor. Exploitation of labor refers to cases where people are made to work voluntarily while their employer withholds their wage, and or cases where they are made to work under very poor conditions. And the last is damage to the ozone layer. There a thing can damage our ozone layer like plastic, air pollution, emission harmful air to the atmosphere. These things that can damage ozone layer. Considered a clothing manufacturer whose best way to maximize profits might be to hire at least the expensive labor possible and to dispose of manufacturing waste in the cheapest way possible. This practice might well result in the greatest possible profits for the company, but at the expenses of miserable working and living conditions for laborers, and harm to the natural environment and the people who live in that environment.
So now we're going to talk about the examples of companies that subscribe to TBL or have a similar concepts. So today, the corporate world is more conscious than ever of its social and environmental responsibilities. Companies are increasingly adopting or ramping up their social programs. So consumers want companies to be transparent about their practices and to be considerate of all stakeholders. Many consumers are willing to pay more for clothing and other products if it means that the workers are paid a living wages and the environment is being respected in the production process. So now we will give you 5 examples of companies that subscribe to TBL or have a similar concept. So the first one is the Axion Structural Innovation LLC. It is known for its commitment to sustainability. So Axion builds railroad ties and peeling using recycled plastic bottles and industrial waste. So instead of using standard materials such as wood, steel, and cement. So the second company is the Ben & Jerry's. So Ben & Jerry's is a ice cream company that made conscious capitalism central to its strategy. So, as stated on its website, Ben & Jerry's is founded on and dedicated to a sustainable corporate concept of linked prosperity. So the company support opposing the use of recombinant bovine growth hormone and genetically modified organism, and the foster myriad values such as fair trade and climate justice.
First is LEGO Group. LEGO Group has formed partnership with organizations like non-governmental organization or NGO, World Wildlife Fund. In addition, LEGO has made commitment to reduce carbon footprint and is working towards 100% renewable energy by capacity of 2030. Next is Mars Incorporated. Cocoa for Generation is a sustainable cocoa initiative that requires its cocoa farmers to be fair trade certified and ensure that they follow a code of fair treatment to those providing labor. In exchange for a certification, Mars provides productivity technology and buys cocoa at premium prices. Third is Starbucks Corporation. Starbucks Corporation, which has been socially and environmentally focused since its inception in 1971, promises to hire 25,000 veterans before 2025.
Sustainability is measured by assessing performance of social, environmental, and economic principles, while a balanced treatment of all three is an ideal goal. It is not always achievable. Sustainable business are more profitable than unsustainable ones. In order to have a sustainable business, you need to recognize that this is the case. Corporate sustainability and corporate responsibility actually mean the same thing to the most people. The balancing of environmental, social, and economic priorities over the long term.
The triple bottom line is one of the main systems being used by business to assess the profits they are making through their corporate sustainability solutions. The triple bottom line method asks you to see beyond the traditional bottom line to business to the profits that your business makes socially, environmentally, and economically. The traditional bottom line infrastructure is pure profit. Measuring your business using the triple bottom line is one of the best markers of how sustainable your business is and how profitable it really is.
Social sustainability. The social bottom line measure your business profit and human capital, including your position within your local society. Your social bottom line is increased by having fair and beneficial labor practices and through corporate community involvement. It can also be measured in the impact of your business activities on the local economy. These are some example questions you can ask yourself when measuring corporate social responsibility. First, is your business a job growth driver in the city? Do you or your employer give back to the community? Second, are the people you hire statistically better situated within the community in terms of economic stability and community health? Third, does your business support local initiatives and grow the overall sustainability of your community or region? Last, do you implement fair hiring standards? What are your employee demographics?
What is environmental sustainability? The triple bottom line approach to sustainability takes the view that the smaller impact your business has on the environment and the fewer natural resources you consume, the longer and more successful your business will be. Then what is controlling your environment bottom line means managing, monitoring, and control your consumption and waste and emissions. A sustainability committee is required to communicate your sustainability solution and also the sustainability goals across all departments. Bottom line is certainly possible. Depending on the size of your business, it can be time-consuming and difficult process. However, EHS or the corporate sustainability software can make the process much quicker and the cost-effective. What is the sustainability is most important. It is in order to healthy communities, we need a clean air and to avoid the non-toxic. Then what is the example of the environmental sustainability? It's also the example of solar panel and the wind power.
After all, if your business is nurturing positive relationships with your community, your client base, and your employee pool shrink accordingly. The social bottom line questions the belief that the less a business pays its workforce, the longer it can afford to operate. Instead, the social bottom line measures the long-term sustainability of business human capital, with the understanding that a business is also a desirable workplace will always be able to operate into the future. Since there will be a workforce striving to be a part of the business. Essentially, corporate interest and labor interest are seen as interdependent. Like most subjective public relations efforts or intangible benefits, your social bottom line can be difficult to measure. However, the Global Reporting Initiative or GRI has developed guidelines to enable businesses to report and measure their social impact.
The Global Reporting Initiative offers a few helpful metrics for measuring and reporting your environmental triple bottom line. The Global Reporting Initiative is a standard that creates a common language for organizations. It may be large or small, or private or public, to report on their sustainability impacts in a consistent and credible way. The standards help organizations understand and disclose their impacts in a way that meets the needs of multiple stakeholders. In addition to reporting companies, the standards are highly relevant to many other groups, including investors, policymakers, capital markets, and civil societies. The standards are designed as an easy-to-use modular set, starting with universal standards. Topic standards are then selected based on the organization's material topics, which is economic, environmental, or social. This process ensures that the sustainability report provides an inclusive picture of material topics, their related impacts, and how they are managed. A global reporting initiative includes but not limited to renewable energy use and energy consumption, direct and indirect. Next is amount of material that is recycled. Next is amount of water withdrawn from local water resources. And last one is the total of nitrogen oxide and sulfur oxides emissions.
In the triple bottom line approach, economic sustainability is not simply your traditional corporate capital. So your economic capital under the triple bottom line model should be measured in terms of how much of an impact your business on its economic environment. So the business that strengthens the economy, it is part of is one that will continue to succeed in the future, since it contributes to the overall economic health of its support networks and community. Of course, a business needs to be aware of its traditional profits as well, and the triple bottom line accounts for this. So, thus your business help local suppliers stays in business and innovate, or do your activities put the local economy at risk? Or do you pay employees enough to stimulate economic growth and spending, or does your compensation policy shrink local economy? And lastly, do you choose materials that are economically a good investment, or do you buy cheaper products that create issues in other areas? For example, do you buy chemical products that are low emission, or cheaper high VOC products that put your environmental compliance at risk? So that's all. Thank you.
Why to use the triple bottom line method? By using the triple bottom line method, your business can expand how it understands its position in the current economy and its ability to survive in the future. Corporate sustainability measures your ability to be in business indefinitely based on your impact on the environment, your relationship to your community, and contribution to your economy. In reality, all three factors play a major role in determining if your business can stay in business and generate a profit. No single bottom line can sustain a business alone. So, your business needs a healthy workforce in diverse skills and different perspectives, and workforce must be content enough to deliver growth. So So, your business can only operate in an economic situation that sees your supply chain and local businesses thrive. If your city or region becomes a dead zone economically, your own business won't have access to people or resources in the long term. That's why your business needs good stewardship of natural resources to ensure that they are available from 5 to 10 years down the road and beyond. Unlike the traditional method, the triple bottom line allows you to see your business as a social and environmental entity and measure it along these parameters. So, to sum it up, to sum up all the information and the data that we have gathered, this PowerPoint presentation is about the bottom line theory, or the triple bottom line theory rather. So it is important for the businesses in order for them to survive in the long run, in order for them to survive in the future. That's why it's important to know about this simple thing when you are running a business. And on top of that, we also have provided a short video about our presentation about bottom line theory or triple bottom line theory. With that video, it will show the clear explanation about our presentation about this topic. So before we end our presentation, here's our references. And of course, the video that we provided.
Hi, Alex here. You've probably heard about the triple bottom line, a concept that is used a lot when speaking about sustainability, and particularly sustainability in business. John Elkington, a global authority on corporate responsibility and sustainability, coined the phrase in a book in 1997. His argument was that the methods by which companies measure value should include not only a financial bottom line, profit or loss, but a social and environmental one as well. The concept has evolved into one that's often described as 3 overlapping circles. You've probably seen this image before. Sustainability is typically defined as the place where economy, social realities, and environmental health overlap. The concept of the triple bottom line mainstreamed the idea of sustainability as including people, planet, and profit. It helped business to understand that long-term sustainability of an organization required more than just financial equity. It also helped to clarify that when businesses were considering what sustainability meant for them, it didn't mean they had to give up the notion of financial success. But this overlapping circles image of the triple bottom line can convey a lot more. The circles are all the same size. Does this indicate that the economy is the same relative size or value as the other 2 circles, which deal with society and the environment? Can we trade, say, 2 social and 3 environment for 5 economy, as long as we stay in the overlapping bit in the middle, sustainability? Let's see if science can help us understand this better. For more details about this, check out earlier videos. Science tells us that left to its own devices, the planet operates in a balanced way. We call this the cycles of nature, and they are powered by energy from the sun. Science also tells us that matter is not created or destroyed, while laws of thermodynamics tell us that everything tends towards dispersal. That's the principle of entropy. Because plant cells are, for all intents and purposes, the only cells that can produce structure from energy, photosynthesis is the process by which matter is structured on our planet. This is why we say that photosynthesis pays the bills. Without it, creation of structure from energy would not occur and entropy could rule the day. So how does this help us understand the triple bottom line? Plant cells belong to the environment circle of the triple bottom line. If plant cells are the original creators of structure, then this is the circle on which everything else depends, or in which everything is embedded. Everything comes from nature at some point. Society, which is related to the social circle of the triple bottom line, exists within the environment. An economy is a byproduct of society. So instead of 3 overlapping circles, we have 3 nested circles, where the economy is a wholly owned subsidiary of the environment. To achieve sustainability, we need to comply with social and environmental conditions, meet human needs within ecological constraints. Does this mean that business has to put financial gain last? Of course not. But economic decisions are part of a strategy to make more money while getting closer to social and ecological sustainability. The economy is a means to an end, not the end itself. It's important to remember that paying the bills happens on multiple levels, and ultimately we're all dependent on photosynthesis. This is helpful for business because it provides new perspective on the rationale for integrating sustainability into who and how they are in the world. There you have it, a new look at the triple bottom line viewed through the lens of science. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and consider becoming a patron by making a pledge of $1 or more for each new video we create.
So,
Thank you to our patrons. We cannot make these
that's
videos
it.
without you.
That's it. This is the end of our presentation. I hope you understand our report, and thank you for watching.